Inside Israel-Iran's explosive missile war. Who wins, who loses, and what comes next? June 2025. Tel Aviv wakes to the scream of sirens. In Tehran, fireballs light up the sky. And across the world, oil prices spike, economies shake, and analysts whisper two words: World War. This is not just a war between Israel and Iran. This is a high-stakes chess match with global consequences: military, economic, human. Stay with us, because what's happening behind the scenes may shock you. What triggered this war? It started with a surprise: Israel's Operation Rising Lion. An airstrike so surgical, so daring, it pierced deep into Iranian airspace, hitting nuclear sites in Natanz and Fordow, and killing several top IRGC generals. Iran, humiliated but not defeated, unleashed hell in response. 200 ballistic missiles, 100 drones. Tel Aviv, Haifa, Beersheba. But here's the twist. Israel's Iron Dome could not hold all the pressure. It intercepted some missiles, but many landed on Israeli infrastructures. Although some missiles were intercepted mid-air, in one of the most unexpected air defense failures in the world. It fell short of the world's expectations. So, did Israel win or lose? Hold on, not quite. The hidden cost. Yes, both sides are causing catastrophes on one another, but at what cost? Over 18 civilians dead, 60 plus injured. Entire neighborhoods now rubble. In Iran, over 300 casualties, many of them soldiers, some just workers near military zones. Iran lost more than 12 of their war generals and many nuclear scientists under Israel carefully selected targets on nuclear facilities and infrastructures. In Israel, children slept in bunkers. Parents didn't know if schools would reopen. Thousands have fled major cities. This wasn't just a military strike. This was trauma on both sides. And then came the economic earthquakes. Economic fallout. Oil prices skyrocketed by 11%, the biggest single-day spike in a year. Airlines canceled flights. The Strait of Hormuz, which carries 30% of the world's oil, nearly shut down. The global stock market plunged. Dow Jones, minus 1.8%. Lufthansa, Air France, minus 5%. Nigerian and Indian markets, trembling. Iran's currency crashed 14% overnight. Israel's military budget took a $1.5 billion hit in just 72 hours. This is no longer just a regional war. This is a global disruption machine. The strategic twist. But here's what nobody saw coming. Iran cannot be underrated. Analysts say more thousands of missiles may be deployed. Israel and Iran may take the war into nuclear battle. But Israel struck first, crippling Iran's missile bases before they could even launch. In military terms, this was a strategic knockout punch. And it exposed something big. Iran's air defense isn't as strong as the world believed. Israel's Iron Dome underperformance shows no one is invincible again. Iran proxies, like Hezbollah, haven't joined in full force. They may decide to join it in retaliation. But that might make things worse, not better. What comes next? Because when a wounded giant limps, it often becomes desperate. Will Iran go nuclear under the radar? Will it unleash proxy chaos in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen? Will the US be pulled into a multi-front war? And if Iran strikes US or French bases in the Gulf, even by accident, World War III is no longer just a trending topic. It becomes a real possibility. The global ripple effect. Diplomacy is on life support. UN peace efforts stalled. Europe's economy on edge. The US? Pressured to act. And for everyday people, from Lagos to London, Tehran to Tel Aviv, this means higher fuel prices, more inflation, market volatility, and a world increasingly divided. All because two nations refuse to blink first. Final warning. So here's the truth. Israel may be struggling in this round. Iran may be licking its wounds. But neither side wins in the long run. Because wars like this don't just break buildings, they break futures. The next 7 days will decide everything. And if the wrong missile hits the wrong target, this won't be just a Middle East war. It'll be everyone's war. Subscribe to stay ahead of the next twist in this global crisis.